This is the second to last episode of Breaking 3. It's a series I've been doing in which I am attempting to run sub 3 hours in the marathon. Tomorrow is the Houston Marathon, the Houston Chevron Marathon. Will I break sub 3? I don't know. You tell me. So put in the comments below what you think that I will run for the Houston Marathon. And the closest, without going over, is gonna win $5 gift card to Starbucks. That could maybe get you a cake pop these days, or like, I don't know, half of a coffee, a decaf. Haha. Anyway, seriously, how about a box of LMNT? Your choice of flavor. So I guess we're trying the vlog style video. I don't know who would want to watch that. All right, and for those who want to follow along on the tracker, my bib number is 2138, I think. So put some scratch. I'm gonna put some scratch mix in here, some bananas, some bagels. Anyway, if you see me in Houston, say hi, please. That would be fantastic. Please, if you see me running in the marathon at the top of your lungs, midlife wanker, that would make me laugh so hard. Where did I put my bag? For the shoes that I'm packing for the shakeout run, I'm going to be taking the Reebok Float Ride Energy 1. It's a bit of a nostalgic shoe for me. I think I burned through 3 pairs my first year because they were on sale on the site for like 40 bucks. It's a peppy little shoe. I like it. And for my shakeout runs, I like them to be like gratitude runs, kind of bring me back, centered why I'm doing this. For the actual race day, the shoe that I'm going to be taking is, yeah, the Alpha Fly 1. Boring, I know. Who doesn't run in the Alpha Fly 1? Well, a lot of people, but still, that's my shoe of choice. I have about 100 miles in. It's probably like the last run I'm gonna run in the Alpha Fly, the last race. By the way, I recorded all this last night, and then now I'm trying to re-record it while I pack, and I don't know if it's gonna be coherent because I don't remember what I said last night, and I don't really know what I'm talking about right now. So anyway, I'm gonna edit in the hotel or the Airbnb, so we'll see if it makes any sense on Saturday. If it doesn't, well, I'm gonna still post it anyway, because that's what I do. Oh, I don't want to forget my headphones. Now let's get into what ChatGPT thinks that I will run, and I'll tell you what my race plan is, and then I'll let you know what I think that I'm gonna run. Okay, now let's talk about what ChatGPT thinks that I can run for the marathon. Chatty Gathy, Chatty Patty, Chatty Focus, Andrew. Okay, for the race predictor algorithms, I'm gonna use 2 of my favorite, CRplots and Runalyze. Now, some people like to use Metathon, and Metathon to me is usually in alignment with CRplots, but CRplots is just a little bit more nuanced. So when I say algorithm, there's a formula, and it basically takes your last 8 weeks of running, and it gives you your distance, your speed, it factors in all of these things. And it predicts that I will run, CRplots predicts a 3:08:15. Ouch, am I right? It's a little scary when trying to break 3:08. But here's the thing about CRplots that I like. CRplots is carefully constructed and managed by a very smart and kind man who has put in copious amounts of data and the option to put in and factor in your offset. So basically your offset is if you were predicted to run a marathon in 3:30 and you run a 3:28, and then you're predicted to run a marathon in 3:25 and then you run a 3:23. You've beaten the predicted time by 2 minutes each time. Your offset is 2 minutes. So if it said 3:08:15, you'd be like, oh, I'm right on pace for a 3:06:15. My offset, Midlife Runner's offset, based off of the Chicago Marathon and the Woodlands Marathon, is maybe about 5 minutes. So it's pretty generous. You know, I can beat the algorithm pretty consistently. And you know I smoke Google Maps, and I also beat the CRplots algorithm. Okay, now my second predictor is a website I use. Runalyze pulls all of the same data from the Strava, the Garmin Connect, or whatever it is. And it has 2 features that I really, really, really like. There's a bird chirping out there. So the 2 features that I really like are effective VO2 max. It factors in your weather, the elevation, your heart rate, the pace. It factors all these things in, and it fluctuates day to day. So some days I can go out there and I feel like I'm just cruising, and I look at the number, my effective VO2 max might be 58 or 60, it's much higher. And then like another day I might be tired, it's humid out, I feel wiped and it's like 54, 55. So I feel it is very consistent, the effective VO max feature for my runs on a day-to-day basis. The second feature I like is marathon shape. So if I have a very high VO2 max, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna translate to the marathon. But if I've been training and doing a lot of medium long runs, tempos, threshold, this increases the likelihood to maximize marathon shape. So Midlife Runner, his current, and I'm talking to myself in third person now, marathon shape is 80%, and the prognosis 7 days from race day was 3 hours and 10 seconds. Chatty be hating. Still not a sub 3, but very close, so I'm gonna take it. Now, what's my race day plan? So my coach laid this out for me. First mile, we're gonna go out at about a 7:10 to a 7:15. It'll probably be around 7:10. Mile 2 and mile 3 are gonna be between 7 and 7:05. Probably aim for 7:03. Mile 4 and mile 5 are gonna be at a 6:50 to 6:55. I'm gonna try to put those bang on 6:52. If I do miss, I wanna be a little slower than 6:52. From mile 6 to mile 15, this is what I'm considering the boring part of the marathon. This is gonna be 6:45 to 6:50. This is just gonna be carrying me through the race. All right, from mile 16 to mile 23, we're gonna drop it down to a 6:40 to a 6:45 pace. And to me, this is really where the race is gonna be won. If you follow McMillan, or if you've done a McMillan plan and you've read a lot of his materials, this is where it's called the go zone. That's gonna leave us on mile 23 after, so 24, 25, and 26. Got the last 5K. It's gonna be between 6:35 and 6:40, or whatever I have left. That's the goal, that's the game plan. Now, what do I think? I think I have not been running long enough to know what kind of training yields what kind of result. I don't know, that's the tricky thing about marathon pace is you can run it for a mile, you can run it for 5 miles, you can run it for 10 miles, you can run it for a half marathon, you still can run it for a very long time. But at what point do you start to lose pace? I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. That's the whole point. So I'm gonna say, because I don't know, 2:59:17. I do know that I'm gonna leave it all out there, and I think it's gonna be close. Stay tuned.